Hi, I'm Michael Smith with Peavey Electronics, here to talk about the VYPYR Pro's Deep Edit Reverb menu. And we've discussed the delay and now the reverb. To get to the Deep Edit menu, you push and hold the Delay Reverb Edit button. That gets you to the Deep Edit menu, and now we have the choices Delay, Reverb, Input, or Output. And I'm going to push the Reverb button. Now, there is no settings for the inner knob for the reverb. The outer knob, though, does choose between our reverb types, and we have cathedral, gated, hall, plate, room, spring, and tile. And I'm going to back all the way back over here to the reverb. Now, one thing that you'll notice is there are mostly only 2 settings for each of these verbs, except for the gated, which adds an additional 2. And the reverb settings, the parameters start from right to left instead of left to right. And the reason for that is our quick edit menu. I want to just push it real quick. I have 2 reverb functions that are listed on the front panel, the level and the room size. So when I go to deep edit and go to my reverb, I want the level and the room size to still be under or above the text here. So we add the other 2 parameters here on parameter 2 and 3. So let's back up to cathedral. Cathedral is the longest of the verbs, and more pronounced. You can see I've got the room size at 42. I've got the reverb at 75, halfway or so. Moving on to gated. Gated verb is something that not everybody knows how to use properly. There are a couple of extra settings here. We've got the gated threshold and the hold time. Gated verb was very popular in the 80s on drums, and basically what happens is when you play, there's a little bit of a hold time and then the reverb kicks in. So I've accentuated it actually, so you can hear as I play how there's kind of a slapback before the delay starts. But you don't have to do it that way. If I actually take the gated threshold and bump it up, and then I will turn up the reverb. What you have is no verb at all until I reach that threshold. Next up, I've got hall, and a hall reverb is, based on a concert hall, a theater size room. And if I turn the reverb and the room size up, you can hear. You'll hear that's kind of a medium setting reverb. Moving on to plate. A plate reverb was very popular back in the 60s. Before that, reverb was literally a room, and they would amplify music into the room and then record it on the other side, and that's how reverb was actually generated. Plate reverbs were a large metal plate that usually was suspended in oil, and it's a very pleasing sounding reverb. I can turn that room size and level up. And then a room reverb is a kind of a smallish, medium-sized room on the VYPYR Pro. I can increase it to a larger size, obviously, but its sweet spot is right around there. And you would use that verb to kind of make the listener believe that the instrument is right in front of them in the room. It's an intimate type of reverb. And then we have spring, which guitar players are all going to know. Tile reverb is almost like a bathroom setting. the tile is best used for very short, a short, loud reverb. So those are the reverb types, and that is the reverb menu in the VYPYR Pro. Next up, we're going to talk about the input settings on the input deep edit menu. Michael Smith, Peavey Electronics.